Have you ever followed a recipe and thought, okay, this is not going as planned? That was me with these tofu pancakes. I was trying Wendy the Food Scientist recipe for the first time, and I ran into a few challenges. But here's the thing, they turned out great. I did make a few modifications to make things go a little bit more smoothly. So yes, we are going to be making these tofu pancakes today. This really is the first time that I ever made these pancakes from Wendy the Food Scientist. If you haven't heard of her or haven't followed her, and she makes tofu in so many different ways. I'll leave a link to her website so you can check it out for yourself. I was really excited to try this recipe because I love finding new and different ways to get tofu into my meals. As you know, I'm trying to get more protein in my diet, so I thought this is perfect. But I have to be honest with you, this did not go according to plan. I had a couple bumps in the road, a couple of challenges, but I think I figured it out. Sometimes you have to make a few tweaks in a recipe to work in a real kitchen. And I hope I figured it out for you so you don't have to. So let's make these tofu pancakes and let's see if we can make a few bumps in the road into a recipe that you're going to want to make over and over again. So following Wendy the Food Scientist recipe, very simple ingredients. I've just got some firm tofu. Break it up a little bit. I've got some oats. And then not a lot of milk, like 2/3 cup. Some baking powder and some maple syrup. All right, I'm gonna go blend it up. Now she said it's gonna be thick, so we'll see. All right, it is super thick. I ended up adding like a half a cup of water, and I think where I went wrong is I went back and looked at the recipe and she said to use firm, and I used super firm, and I think that was just a little bit too much, so I had to add that extra moisture. But okay, let's see how these cook up. You can see how thick it is. I don't know. I'm not having a lot of faith in these pancakes. Very sticky, but I'll trust the process. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna add some more water to these, but we'll see how these cook. Boy, this is a good non-stick. All right, I added some water, and this is too thick for me. This will not work. I mean, this isn't, well, I gotta taste them, but anyway, for me personally, I like the batter a little bit thinner. All right, now these look much more normal to me. So, you know what they say, the first pancake's always the bad pancake, so we're gonna probably get rid of those because I don't know how they're gonna cook in the middle. Anyway, this is when I say to you, make things your own, do what works for you. So I just modified this recipe to make it to where I like it. So you can do that with any recipe. You don't have to follow it to the letter if it doesn't feel right to you. Hi. Okay, I'm interrupting the recipe again just to remind you that I'm still on my quest to get 40,000 subscribers by my 70th birthday in October. Also, if you're new here and you don't know who I am, my name is Debbie. I'm a plant-based registered nurse, and I like to share gluten-free, plant-based recipes that have a focus on protein. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and if you're liking this video, if you're learning something, please give it a like and share it with your friends. And if you've made it this far in the video, comment below with tofu pancakes. Okay, let's get back to the recipe before she finds out I'm here. All right, see you later. All right, these are beautiful. I have to admit, I tasted that first pancake there, and it tastes pretty darn good. Okay, so I'm expecting the same from this. All right, here we go. We got it all dolled up. I just put a little yogurt on top and some of my Greek yogurt. And then I just had some frozen berries. I just heated them up a little bit and used the liquid and the blueberries and topped it with that. You can top it however you like. If you want maple syrup, whatever. Do whatever you like to do. Let's give it a taste. And they're beautiful. They're a little bit fluffy, and let's go. Delicious. I mean, despite all the challenges I had, that batter being so thick, which was my fault because I used the super firm. So you're just going to use firm. There'll be more moisture in it, and you're not going to have that problem. If you do, then you know what to do. You just add a little bit more water, or you can add a little bit more soy milk. So my macros are going to be a little bit different than if you use just firm tofu, because I use the super firm. It's going to be a little bit less, but just so you know, these can vary. So 3 pancakes per serving. I got 12 pancakes out of it, so I got 4 servings. And then it's 312 calories. It's 7.8 grams of fat. It's 41 grams of carbs, 23.4 grams of protein, and 5.4 grams of fiber. So like I said, if you use just firm tofu, you're going to have a little less calories, a little less protein, but still a good protein pancake. The full recipe will be in the description box, as always. Again, if you haven't already subscribed, please do. And if you want to hype this video, there's a hype button down there, and I think you can do that in the first 24 hours, and that helps get my video pushed out to other people, and I would really appreciate your support. Be sure to check out all the resources I offer down in the description box, and remember, here on my channel, all my recipes are gluten-free. They're good for you, they're good for the animals, and they're good for the planet, and what you put on your plate determines your fate. Until next time, thank you.